welcome to the channel Enlighten Me Tarot. My name is Rebecca, and today we are going to read for a celebrity by request. Thank you so much for sending your requests in. They are also appreciated. I'm trying to make my way down the list, so have patience with me, but I promise I'm getting to any and all requests that have been submitted. So today we are going to do a request for Sumbul Khan. Sumbul Khan. And she is an Indian actress. She performs in Hindi films. She's done Jodha Akbar, Emily series. She's also been in Big Boss season 16. So this beautiful actress, gorgeous actually, if you'll see from the picture, she was born November 15th, 2003. So we're going to, the question that was submitted is regarding her love life. It's been rumored that she was with Shiv Touqeer. Please excuse me if I'm pronouncing these names incorrectly. But then there was an announcement that she was with Fahmaan Khan. So let me, I'm going to get some insight, see what we have in regards to the heart space as well. But, and I also believe she was, her father recently got married as well. I think that's what I saw. I'm citing the IMDb website. This is where I got her date of birth and the information regarding the films. So I want to be sure that I cite my sources, so my video is not tagged as copyright. So give me 1 second here. 1 second, hold on. Okay, so the beautiful symbol is a Scorpio sun sign, So let's get some insight. I have all my trusty decks here. I have already shuffled. Let me put this over here. All right. I'm gonna pull from the Energy Oracle deck just to get us started on current energy surrounding Sumbul. All right. Angel, spirits, and guides, clarity and guidance. What energies do we have surrounding Sumbul at this time, please? What energies do we have regarding Sumbul at this time? Sumbul. Two more. First card for energies, we have 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, number 38. Then we have the Angel of Strength. Look at that. Very nice, number 50. And we have the Thinking Man, number 46. There's definitely something happening in the heart space here with the 4th chakra card that popped out. And I feel like she is trying to be very vigilant with this Angel of Strength energy in dealing with this situation. Something has come to an impasse here, or there's been some type of difficulty. This person, the Thinking Man, this person that's in her energy, maybe making things a little difficult for her in the heart space. So let's get some insights. Let's see if we can get some insights on these energies. All right. Angel, spirits, and guides, clarity and guidance. Please give us insight into Sumbul's energies regarding the heart space. What do we have regarding the heart space for Sumbul, please? Heart space for Sumbul. Oh. Two more, please. Heart space for Sumbul. One more. All right, the bottom of the deck and what we may not see, we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy, and we have the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Swords and the Death card, Scorpio energy. So this is very interesting, and I will tell you why. Because it's definitely talking about the heart space situation. There is some type of transformation or change that is taking place, and there's the resistance. Right there with the Queen of Swords to this change or transformation. With the Hierophant, the Lovers card, Gemini energy, and the Queen of Pentacles, I do see that there may be an offer for higher levels of commitment for a long-term relationship energy, but this thinking man may be trying to figure out how does he get Sumbul to commit, to make a long-term commitment or even move to marriage. They do see her as wife material. They do see her as someone, that they can trust to handle the home and children and finances with that Queen of Pentacles energy here. But I do feel like she's resistant to that type of commitment is what I'm seeing. Here we go. Clarified, we have not clarified, but her spread, the first card is the Hermit, Virgo energy. And look how reminiscent this is of the thinking man. They're both looking down like, okay, how do we resolve this situation, right? The next card is the Five of Wands. Yes, there is definitely some strife here. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, indecision. Then we have the Three of Cups, followed by the King of Swords. Wow. Okay. So I see the strife, I see the indecision, but I do see here in the future energy that they come to a compromise. They come to a happy place here with the Three of Cups. After, the King of Swords, it's a very strategic, detail-oriented card. There may have been some need to really clarify who's in what position and why they're in this position and what is the outcome of being in that position. So let's get some clarifiers here. Oof. We have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I see, this has been going on for a little while. There's a little difficulty here. The Lover's card here is a card of choice of whether or not she will participate in the relationship. And I feel like she's had one foot in, one foot out, not very sure about the connection. So let's see. Clarify the Hermit, please, for Sumbul. November 15th, 1983. Clarify the Hermit for Sumbul. All right, clarifying the Hermit, we have the Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So yes, someone really wants to move this relationship up to a bigger, brighter type of energy. But with the Nine of Wands, someone's finding it difficult and they're very guarded. And I'm feeling that that's Sumbul's energy. I don't feel like she has a very good outlook in regards to long-term relationships or marriage. But someone here with the Knight of Cups really does want her attention. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. What's been the strife here in her energy? What's been the strife in the energy? Two more, please. One more. And one for the Five of Wands. Thank you. We have the High Priestess. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Knight of Cups. Oh, okay. So what I see here, there may be some strife because she has a feeling there may be someone else in the picture. With the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands, this is showing me this third party energy, especially with this Lovers card. And someone is wooing with the Knight of Cups here. They may have been wooing someone else or showing interest in someone else. And Sumbul got that information. That's what's caused the strife. Or it's, yeah. That's why she's like, wait a minute, I don't think I'm going to go into this farther. I feel like you may have been speaking to someone else or talking to someone else in a romantic manner. So I'm putting the brakes on this. Let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. But I feel like she's not sure. With that High Priestess, it's intuition, but it's not having actual tangible facts. Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Two more. One more. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Three of Pentacles, another card of third-party energy. And we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, she moved on. Uh-oh. She was in a relationship here and thought that it was going to go to a higher level of commitment. But I'm seeing a third-party energy came in. A third-party energy came in and she followed her intuition in believing, although she may not have 100% believe, but even just the thought or the possibility of this person giving to some other energy with the Page of Cups and the Three of Pentacles was enough for her to walk away or to move on. Let's see. Whew. Let's clarify the Three of Cups. Two more. One more. Ooh, two came. I'm not going to take that one. All right, clarifying the Three of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, the Two of Pentacles twice. Followed by the Six of Pentacles. Definitely seeing an energy here of someone giving to someone else. Again, the Three of Cups also another card of third-party energies. And with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it was just a matter of time before this energy was revealed to Sumbul. Oh, but it was revealed, that's for sure. Yep, there we have the Devil, Capricorn energy, negative toxic energies surrounding whatever connection this is. And don't worry, stay tuned. We're going to get more insight. I'm not going to leave you hanging, okay? All right, so let's see. Let's clarify the King of Swords. Clarify the King of Swords. This is air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Clarify the King of Swords. Clarify the King of Swords. 2 more, please. 1 more for the King of Swords. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy again. So, oh wow, totally got the chills. And the 4 of Swords. So this King of Swords really thought he could pull one over on Sumbul. Really thought that he had her on lockdown. He was going to make her a wife, give her a home, share finances. He did see her as marriage material, but his playing games, the karma turned on him, and now things have changed. And I see with the 4 of Swords, there's distance between these two. These two are no longer a couple. They're no longer a pair. Okay, and it is because of other third-party energies in the connection. Okay. All right, let's get some insight on who we may be dealing with in this reading. Angel, spirits, and guides, clarity and guidance. What energies can you share with me regarding Sumbul and Fahmaan's energy? Sumbul and Fahmaan's energy. Share with me Sumbul and Fahmaan's energy, please. Sumbul, let me move this. Sumbul and Fahmaan's energy. Sumbul and Fahmaan's energy. One more, please. Sumbul and Fahmaan's energy. Okay. Oops. I got my cards upside down, so I'm going to turn these cards around. Okay, for Sumbul and Fahmaan, we have the 2 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the 9 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this is not Fahmaan's energy that she was dealing with. I feel with the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Swords, well, it could be there was a truth revealed or some enlightenment. She's put the stress behind her. She is moving forward. Yeah, we have wish fulfillment and 8 of Swords, where she felt trapped. She felt confined and stuck, following the 4 of Swords behind that. Now, with the 9 of Cups, there's definitely a change in the air. So let's see, let's clarify. Let's make sure this 2 of Cups is truly in a good nature and not part of this energy, because we have the Ace of Swords, which talks about truth, revelation. I want to make sure that Fahmaan is not the energy here that was seeking out third-party energy or that had third-party energy. So let's clarify the 2 of Cups, please, for Sumbul and Fahmaan. Sumbul and Fahmaan, please. Oops. 2 more, please. All right, we have the 8 of Cups. We have the Sun card, Leo energy, and we have the 7 of Wands. So again, yeah, okay, now the confirmation to me. she walked away from this energy straight into this Two of Cups energy. This person is walking away from things that do not serve them to find their Two of Cups. And I feel like Fahmaan is not the energy that was searching out third-party interests. She's finding that enlightenment with the sun, the joy. She stood her ground. She's not going to be put in those type of situations. She's not going to be devalued or made a fool of. Yeah. All right, let's clarify the Ace of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Swords, please, for Fahmaan and Sumbul. Clarify the Ace of Swords for Fahmaan and Sumbul. One more. All right, clarifying the Ace of Swords, we have the Knave of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite. We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Knight of Wands. So, she went from a third-party energy relationship into this relationship that seems to be doing very well. It's bringing her joy and happiness. But I feel like it's still in the very beginning stages with the Knight of Rods here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of chemistry between these two. But I still feel like they're getting to know each other. And there's not a lot of commitment just yet in the connection. Still very brand new. See? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, very brand new. Shiny new beginning. Ooh, followed by the Ace of Swords, which is, you know, what we just clarified here. So yeah, I feel like this reading is on point. Things are very easy with Fahmaan. There's chemistry. There's no history regarding, you know, lies or cheating or anything like that. So it's a very different energy from what she felt here. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Nine of Swords in the reverse. All right. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Devil in the reverse. And we have the Lover's card, Gemini energy. Yeah, I feel like she's pretty much put this behind her. She's working on other things that bring her joy and happiness and comfort in the heart space. With this, you know, Devil in the reverse, she's letting this go and she's moving on to new love. Yeah, she's not letting this stand in her way. However, the person who did have the third party energy is standing in regret and disappointment with the Five of Cups. All right. Let's see the energy with Shiv Touqeer. Energies between Sumbul and Shiv Touqeer. Let me move these over here. I'm going to move these over here. All right. Energies between Sumbul and Shiv Touqeer. Energies between Sumbul. Energies between Sumbul and Shiv Touqeer. All right, the first card is the World. Yep, that chapter closed. I feel like, ooh, the Ace of Cups. She went on to look for new love here. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, and there he is apologizing. Now, please keep in mind, I do not know any of these people personally. This is an intuitive reading and for entertainment purposes only, okay? At the bottom of the deck, We have the World card and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, he's having to set out in a new direction because this did not work out. I'm feeling this energy is with this person who I have called Shiv Touqeer. Okay, let's clarify really quickly. Clarify Sumbul and Shiv Touqeer's energy. Clarify Sumbul. But from what I see here, these two were in a romance. They were in a romance. But someone didn't play fair, and someone had to set their boundaries and walk away. Let's clarify the world here for Sumbul and Shiv Touqeer. Clarify the world. Some more, please. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, closing one cycle in love and moving on to a new one. The Ten of Wands. Lots of burdens this person is carrying. The Star card, Aquarian energy. Looking to heal and move forward. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. He lost his Queen of Pentacles and the opportunity for marriage or long-term commitment with this person. Yeah, we have the King of Cups and we have the Tower moment there. Someone is not expressing all of their emotions regarding this breakup or this separation. I feel like it's Shiv. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups, please. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Two more, please. One more. We have the Magician, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Yes, he tried everything he possibly could to keep his Queen of Pentacles from going into single status. It's brought him a lot of anxiety and stress, but they have gone on to look for new love. And they found it with an Emperor, Aries energy. Someone who is of higher vibrational energy, more mature, followed by the King of Wands, goal-oriented, mature, charismatic. Six of Cups feels like a soul tie energy here between Fahmaan and Sumbul. So let's clarify the Page of Pentacles. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. I've never done a reading like this, so this is interesting, especially with two love interests. First card is the Two of Swords. Yeah, she did not accept this apology. She's like, no, I'm good, thank you. The truth has been revealed. Ace of Swords energy again. And with the King of Wands, she has set her intentions and her goals, and she's moving on, and she moved on to this. Yeah, Four of Cups. She passed on this opportunity. Wow. So that was a lot of information. I hope it answered all of your questions that you have at the moment. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me any comments below. If you're not part of the Tarot Tribe, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. As always, I appreciate all of your requests. Please keep them coming in the comment section and know that I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. It has been my pleasure, and we'll chat again soon. Bye, everybody.